action? What is action really? Action, to me, and action from the place of the masculine essence, is really that of channeling energy into a certain direction, isn't it? Now, perfectionism can actually prevent action. Oftentimes it shows up as procrastination, where you then have a resistance to act upon something. Action is something that most men probably would want to be compelled to engage in, right? Yet, very often, more than ever before, do I witness a lot of men that are either acting from a place of needing to push, prove, and please, or not acting at all. Action is only going to be beneficial. It is only going to be beneficial if it comes from a place of intentionality. Do you have intention behind your actions? Or is it merely an act to prove something about yourself that you don't yet believe about yourself, where you need that external validation from others in order to feel worthy of being a man, of being a masculine? And this does not just apply to men, but also to women, right? If you look at what action means by definition, it says here that action is the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim, a thing done, an act. So it is a thing done, an act. And if you get too much up in your head about something, right? You start overthinking what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Oftentimes you get caught up in this loop, this thought loop of waiting for this moment where things will just align and the action will be something that you will be compelled to engage in. When in fact, action is just energy applied to a certain thing, to a direction, into a direction. So when talking about action, really consider, what is your intention? What are your values? Because if you don't know your values as a man, if you do not know what you stand for as a man or a masculine presence, then how are you going to create or do anything worthwhile? I'm sitting here thinking too, is the point to get a thing done, to act, or is it merely about who it is that you are becoming through the action? I would say the latter. Instead of thinking so much about getting something done and getting caught up in this loop of just doing, check in with yourself. Check in with yourself about both the intention, the values that are driving the action, and who it is that you are growing and becoming in the process of it, because that is where you give yourself and get and receive self-respect, which is all that really matters at the end of the day, especially for men. I really want to get this across, that it's not just about doing for the sake of doing, because you'll find yourself striving in order to get certain validation, maybe from women, from other men, from parents, from friends. And what's the point? Like, what is the point if at the end of the day, you know within that you haven't authentically taken action? You haven't taken action from a place of knowing that you're on purpose with what you're doing and engaging in. What else wants to come through me now is that action is something to not only be intentional about, but it's to also stay non-attached to the outcome of that action. Because the moment you try to prove yourself through your action, you give your power away. And your power is truly what is most valuable here. You see, the feminine essence, especially, can pick up on the intentions of the masculine essence. Very often, we can pick up on it way, way, way earlier than the masculine essence ever can. Especially women who have truly claimed their feminine essence and deepened their sense of intuition can pick up on whether you are acting from that place of merely doing for the act of doing, or if you actually have a why, an intention behind it, that you have a groundedness about what it is that you're doing, a mission. So when we're talking about action, do you have a mission with what you're doing? And if you don't, in the beginning though, that's fine. In the beginning, it's all about exploration. It's all about exploring. It's all about adventure, isn't it? So when you then claim adventure, claim exploration, and you really just engage with reality through action in different aspects, different areas, action when it comes to different interests, sure, go for it. Because in that, you are giving yourself permission to more and more and more get clear on your mission. The mission won't just come to you served on this plate. Your mission as a masculine essence, in your masculine essence, will be a calling. It will call you, but it will be something that will be developed within you. So this is what is very interesting here, that women in their feminine essence typically know then intuitively what they're here for, right? And this might piss some people off. It might piss you off. When I say that, when women come to realize their true feminine essence, they realize that they're here merely as channels for creation. Whether that be channel of creating something or giving birth, having children, right? For men, it's more about that kind of cultivation of the mission. And that is not something that you will know just out of the blue. That is something that you are here to figure out. You came here to figure that out. Isn't that cool though? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that fun? You get to allow yourself to engage with reality and play with reality and see what your mission ends up being. And trust me too, that your mission can shift and change. That's fine. That is fine. But don't stop, right? Don't stop. Because that mission, when you are on purpose, in your masculine essence, not only can you feel it, but other people around you can feel it. And it's so worthwhile engaging with reality, growing up through the different stages of going from a boy through to a man to figure that out. And in that process, I know that perfectionism can be a major, major, major block, especially if you pick something and you do something from that place of pushing, proving, and pleasing, maybe your parents, and you choose something that you think is your mission, but is actually not your mission. It is something that you think that you should do in order to be a man, right? And then you do it, and then you figure out, oh, that was not it. Like, this is not my mission at all. But now I've started this, so I need to maintain this image of what I've cultivated and created. And suddenly you get lost, right? You get lost in the shoulds, the have tos, and you stop yourself from acting upon what it is that you want to act upon, that is compelling to you and this mission that you are here for. So that is where perfectionism comes in, saying, no, you shouldn't do that. You can't do that because you are here. You have obligations. You got to be a provider. And if you're not, then that says something about you. That is perfectionism. Do you see how perfectionism then can be a major block in you actually claiming your masculine essence? Your masculine configuration? I invite you to join the Bloom Beyond tribe. Come into the Bloom Beyond tribe. Be surrounded by other men and women in a collective where you can learn about yourself as a masculine and have the reflection of the feminine essence around you. This is so powerful. You have no idea. There is nothing better than having that mirror. Sure, you can learn about yourself in an exclusive masculine community and circle. Yes. But I would say that you learn even more about yourself when you have other men and women around you simultaneously. Because it is in the reflection that we learn about ourselves, that we get to return to ourselves and that essence. So go to bloombeyond.com/apply to join. If you, for some reason, know any masculine, any man out there, guide them to this information that I'm sharing here because it's so needed right now more than ever. Stay bright, brave, and balanced, and I might see you on the other side in the Bloom Beyond tribe for a free monthly cohort. Sending you so much light and love. And again, stay bright, brave, and balanced.